Alright, so now I'm on my way to the hospital because I did a bit of a stupid thing. I jumped into the water without looking. One of the questions that I get most often is how do you know when it's safe enough to jump? I've answered that question 1,000 times. Physically swim out to the place you want to jump to and verify that the water is deep enough yourself. So why did I jump into this river without checking first? The short answer is because I'm an idiot. It's a simple thing to do, and it's very important to always check, even when you're not jumping from very high. In this case, I was only jumping from a few centimeters above the water line. If you take my jump into an account, we're talking less than half a meter. The water I jumped into, I expected to be at least a half a meter deep. The water turned out only to be about 15 centimeters deep. The reason it hurt my leg so much is that the impact happened unexpectedly and my knees were not bent or prepared for it. Initially, it didn't hurt very much. I could continue to walk around and swim in the ocean at this beautiful place we were camping, an island with a beach in front of it in the mouth of Shogyulan River. However, about an hour and a half later, when we stopped to get a drink, I realized that I was unable to walk. I went to a hospital. We took the rest of the day easy, and my friends went back to Taipei. I didn't want to end my road trip though, so I stayed in Hualien for a few more days to rest my feet, and then I would continue on my way. So there's my gimp foot, and since I'm sunburned, Noah thinks it's a good idea to stab me with a needle, because he's studying Zhongyi.
Shit, relax. Don't you relax?
All right.
You feel it?
I felt the first one.
There's only one needle.
I felt it twice. It doesn't really hurt. Acupuncture never hurts, does it?
It can, unless the practitioner knows what they're doing and they put the needle in.
I guess this practitioner knows what he's doing. Yeah. This here is Sheng'an Temple. The reason I'm here is because Noah says he knows a good danbing place, and that's what I'm all about at breakfast. I love danbing. I'm using a fork because I don't want to open up any chopsticks. While walking around Hualien, we encountered many strange things, like this raccoon that's trapped in a tiny cage for 16 hours a day. It bothered me and my friends very much, but I think that's one of the most messed up I've ever seen. Raccoons are not domesticated animals, and they definitely should not be kept in cages. That's just straight up animal abuse.
Oh, he's so cute.
The next day, I could walk a little bit, albeit slowly, and the day after that, I could hike up a small river. Man, this water here is just so clear. By the fourth day, I was almost completely better and decided to go on a longer river trace. Sorry, buddy. I always feel bad doing that. It's quite amazing. Something you really see in Taiwan a lot is some like really old staircase that hasn't really been used in 20 years. Or hasn't been maintained in 20 years. Hard for me to imagine what this place must have been like before the big earthquake in '99, and then the typhoon in 2008.
Yeah, it's almost like walking through history like 20 years ago or so. Imagine how many people would be coming up here.
You can see there's still people who come through here.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it's still quite a lot of people like to come here and swim. It's just not as family friendly anymore. Oh, this is so beautiful. We found a beautiful, amazing waterfall with one of the deepest pools I've ever seen. How Shan! Oh my God! It also has a massive jump, which I calculated to be between 12 and 15 meters high. It's very, very fun. Thanks everyone who was feeling sorry for me, and also thanks everyone who was calling me an idiot for not checking before I jumped, because you are absolutely right. You gotta check before you jump. However, this is when the last series of typhoons started, and due to the threat of typhoon, I ended up heading home. Alright, so now I'm on my way back home. I know you guys were expecting some sort of super exciting end where I hike up the river during a typhoon or something like that, but I'm not that kind of guy. Safety first. This will be the end of the trip for me. I bet if Kuna was still with me, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it, adventure, we gotta go. My foot was injured in that situation where my foot was hurting. Because of law, I would not have gone to the doctor in the United States. If I didn't have insurance, I think it would have cost me a minimum of like, $1,500 US, so like 45,000 NT. If I did have insurance, it would probably still cost me a couple hundred US. Plus, now you're getting to things where you need the x-rays and stuff. Probably have to go to the emergency room because it's a Sunday, nothing will be open. So now you're talking about a $250 copay, plus the medicine and stuff they give you would likely not be covered by insurance. You're talking about another like $20 per pill. I had 3 pills, it's another $60. I know those numbers sound made up because they're just ridiculous, but that's how expensive and stupid medical care is in the United States. On the other hand, here in Taiwan, I got amazing service. I waited 15 minutes or something. First, I think I saw the doctor who just sort of talked to me. I went and got a foot x-ray from 2 different angles. It determined that there's no fractures or anything, that it was a sort of compression injury in the muscle. And then went to the nurse, and then I had like these open wounds on my foot. They were from the rubbing of my shoe. It's just sort of the thing that happens whenever you get out. They cleaned it up, put a little cream on it, washed it, put bandage on it. It was just fantastic. I had a very positive experience. It cost me 150 NT for registration, and then it cost me another 50 NT for the medicine, which, for Americans in there, it's $6. It cost me $6 for everything. They didn't even charge for parking at the hospital. For people back home who are wondering if Medicare for all or this type of national healthcare system can work, the answer is a very strong, resounding yes. It works everywhere in the world except for the United States, and it works very well in Taiwan. All in all, it was a very fantastic experience, and it was really great to see more of the East Coast, which in the past I hadn't had much time to really explore. As with every road trip in Taiwan, the more places I visit, the more places I realize that I haven't visited, and there are so many more places that I'd like to see on the East Coast, and I'll definitely be going back there soon. I hope that this trip inspired some of you to take your own trips around the island. It's something that's very easy to do and doesn't require much money. I know I did this in my fancy camper, but in the past I've always done it by scooter. All you need is a tent and the will to go out and adventure. Thanks for watching, everybody. This concludes my road trip. I hope you enjoyed this series. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you want to support this show, there's a link to my Patreon account. Your help is very much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.